Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. You might be able to make out Rama hiding in the background there. We're out in the woods near what was or is an old logging trail. And the pups love their time outdoors, just being one with nature. After all, that is um, such a big part of our whole purpose for having these experiences. As you can see, Rama's just laying there in the background, chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the babies are having a good time coming out to blow off some steam, do dog stuff, just to do dog stuff. And let's see, I want to try to, where's that Rama? I don't want to make you guys dizzy either, but Rama's awfully cute back there. There he is. There he is. There we
So
go.
we're going to talk about a couple of things, especially when we talk about like critical, pivotal times like these. What is our purpose? Do we have a purpose? What's your purpose? Why do you think you're here?
And it can get confusing because when you awaken, you realize you're probably not doing the right job, or you hate your job, or you're around people that are completely asleep and they only want to talk about, what's big in the department stores, going shopping at the mall last weekend, or doing this or doing that, buying a new car, and you're sitting there contemplating life and wondering, what the heck am I doing here? What am I doing here? But maybe you are where you're at so that you can change some things for yourself. And in order to do that, or at least to make it easier, it helps for wherever we're at in life, any step, any point in life. Find your why. Find your why. Why are you working that job? Why are you doing certain things, paying those bills? Why are you tolerating this? Why are you tolerating that? And for many people who are awakening, it's because they want to change something. So they are working hard, they're tolerating certain things, they're putting in extra hours so that they can make a change in their life, so they can do something different. And that why is so valuable. It's like gold. It's like gold because it fills you full of motivation. It gives you the ability to understand why you're doing what you're doing in those moments of weakness when you just really hate it there. so it's something that has helped me, and I wanted to pass that on to you because it's been very golden and valuable for me.
Well, these times that we're going into right now too are the times in which many people will discover their why. These are times of great change and great growth. And you're going to find it if you are awakening spiritually. It could be very, very uncomfortable. And it is not an easy thing by any means. And, we might have had a specific purpose for a specific timeline for our life to take. And maybe we kind of missed that timeline a little bit. Doesn't mean we can't catch up later.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, there's always these choices. Once we're in and we take the amnesia pill and come into this world, you might not know why you came in here, but the higher self does. And it's truly the higher self that's having this experience on the bigger level. As we've done this, most of us have done this many, many, many times, and we'll probably do it many, many more times yet again. And you might take a life in which, your sole purpose is to develop one particular skill set, one particular set of knowledge, and maybe impart that onto one person that's literally going to end up changing the world. You could be an inspiration. You could be at a key critical juncture in time where you just stop somebody and say, "Oh, don't go that way. I think you should go this way." And you save their life. And then their life ends up again, being a life that changes the whole path of our history. So, again, you never know until you actually start to manifest um, exactly, manifest your purpose. You'll never really know. And so many of us get lost along the way. And, getting lost along the way is actually the norm on this planet. It's actually what happens most of the time, unfortunately. I think it's the few that really understand and don't lose their way. And that's a sad thing, but it's never too late. It's never too late. And it's never too late to, have a life of amazing growth and substance. Being out here, this keeps taking me back to the Civil War period. And I can't help but think of events that took place, maybe 400 miles away from here, something like that, 400 or 500 miles away over in Mississippi, where a group of deserters from the Confederate Army and some from the Union and slaves were all hiding together out in the woods, in the bayous, in the swamps, in the creeks. They spent, in some cases, almost the entirety of the war hiding out, creating their own little utopian civilization because they didn't want to kill each other. They didn't want to take part in all the carnage. So what did they choose to do? They chose to escape into the swamps and the bayous where the soldiers wouldn't follow them. And they made their own little communities out there, all of them getting along. And they waited for the end of the war, and then they came out. I think that is very, very similar to what many people will choose to do in these times. They will choose to not participate in the violence, in all the negativity and the bloodshed, and choose to just kind of disappear back into nature and not take part in the chaos.
Mm-hmm. And I think so many are waking up now and they're realizing how difficult their day-to-day job might be, or whatever they're doing in their life. They're realizing that's just not working, and it's really rubbing against the grain, and you're trying to find your purpose. And in doing so, you might have to let some things go. You might have to change some relationships. You might have to look for another job, because as our lights get turned on, we get pulled toward our truth. As we get pulled toward our truth, it can get painful, because then we're going to have to leave that thing that is not enabling us to live our truth. And actually, it's kind of a whole nother video, but that has to do with the sun and the placement of Saturn in our lives. And are you in a position where you're going to have to leave that thing that is keeping you from your purpose? But through all the pain, through all the agony of change, finding that why is that golden nugget is so important for you to be able to pull out of your pocket and realize, okay, this is what I'm doing. Yes, it hurts. I have to make these changes. I have to make these sacrifices, but this is my purpose. And finding that really deep seed in your soul, and then watering it and growing it into a beautiful canopy, because you're not just affecting you, you're affecting all those around you. And if you have children, you're affecting your children in a positive way. Your dear close friends, family, moms, brothers, sisters, cousins, you're affecting them in a positive way, because they're seeing you live your purpose. They're seeing you and your calling, and you're living your calling.
So we just want to give you guys a quick briefing like that, and Rama's sensing something over behind us in that direction, which I had sensed earlier, moving, probably maybe a coyote or a deer or something. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. We just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, it's not easy in these times, but at the same time, this is the time when we can grow more than we've grown before.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.